when you come to London, there's lots of things that people do, aren't there? You know, years ago, I don't know if it's still the same, but I remember coming to London for the first time and you just want to go to Harrods. You want that plastic green bag to wave back in your town, your hometown or whatever, to let people know I've been to Harrods. Do you remember? And a lot of the time it was engineering how you could get the bag without having to spend too much money. Because Harrods, let's be honest, is certainly not cheap, is it not? But now there's a new kid in town, and apparently this is the bag that is really not only just a favourite store of the royals, but he's basically saying if you are trotting around wherever you go, it's become the bag that signifies that you've got intelligence, wealth, and more importantly, a person to be mixed with. I kid you not. Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for your time today. Now, yes, I'm glad you've enjoyed, as I say, a plethora of the recent videos. It's lovely that you get so involved in many of them. I really appreciate that, you know, and I like your kind comments, particularly on some of the more historical videos. I know I just, you know, love discovering things like that about, say, CDO Royals and the Phantom of the Opera and stuff, because it's, you sort of think, do they know what's going on in the outside world? Of course they do, but, you know, they seem to live a life that's so removed from us that you think, oh, all right then. You know, so fascinating to see that the Queen Mother had so much power even back then. And as I say, they talk about girl power, don't they? But really, you know, girl power's been going since the dawn of time, ladies. We just don't know it, do we, us fellas? You know, you're just manipulators. Yes, I love that line, don't you? Ooh, we'll have to get somebody to cut the grass, meaning you get outside with a lawnmower. Am I right? Yes, back as ever to your story of the day. This, as I say, is the #1 catch. That's right, Daunt Books. Now, Daunt Books has got quite a few stores in and around London. It's favoured by the royals and, you know, one of those places where people like to go and browse. It's not only that, it's one of those places where when you go in, you know, you do kind of look around because they all look incredibly intellectual. You can imagine I stick out like a sore thumb, you know. I'm just looking at the biographies and stuff like that and thinking, all right, you know. But of course, it's the bag that's taken a life off of its own. And if you don't believe me, they now sell more bags virtually than books. It's a canvas bag that's £15. And the reason why it's become sort of cultish, and I wanted to know your thoughts on this really, because I find this fascinating, is you see, when you're seen with this bag, it sort of signifies that, you know, you've got brains, you're intellectual, you go in this store, you must read books. It says a lot. And also it's something of a mating call apparently. Oh yes, because if you see somebody with the bag like that, then you think, oh, a like-minded person, very similar to me. And I was sort of thinking, was there anything previously that really had the cachet? As I said at the start of the video, Harrods bags were the thing, weren't they? You know, I don't really know if there's anything else in that particular period where maybe like if you've been on a cruise in a Cunard bag, would that be something? I don't know. But Daunt apparently is the bag to be seen with if you're out and about in London. And if you are coming to London and you want to spend £15 looking intellectual, well, you know where to go. And you don't even have to buy a book. Well, could you afford both? Let me know as ever. Like and share and comment below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.